Was good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in a building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get started, I just want to say thank God for another day and another opportunity. Now, as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen today, I'm going to be showing y'all how to create the most rare, balanced offensive point in NBA 2K23 next gen, and this build you can also make it the exact same way on current gen. Now with this build, we're going to be able to get pro dribble moves, contact dunks, but we're also going to get the ability to get a 100 plus ball handle, driving dunk, mid-range 3-point, and a 90 plus steal. So if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family, and I would highly appreciate it if everybody went ahead and smashed that like button. Now go ahead and comment down TG for thank God, as well as where you're tuning in from watching today, and I most definitely got y'all with the response. Now from here, let's go ahead and get into the making of this build. We're going to make it first under the point guard position. Now this is actually the only position you can get this build name out of. Once we go ahead and get into the breakdown of the height, weight, and wingspan, this should all be based off your personal preference, but today, I'm going to go with the height of 6'8". Now when it comes down to my weight, I'm going to drop this all the way down to 180. And then when it comes down to the wingspan, instead of maxing it out, I'm going to go with 7'5". Now for the body shape look, if you want to take up the most space, I would go with the body shape of build, but that's just going to be my own personal preference. Now from here, we're going to get into the breakdown of the actual attributes. So the first area that I'm going to go after is going to be the physicals. So for my speed, I'm going to go ahead and put this to a 76. Now remember, these numbers are adjustable, so you can pretty much go about this however you want to. Now when it comes down to my acceleration, I'm going to go with the 78. Skip over the strength for this build, but when it comes down to the vertical, go with the 75, and that's going to be essential for the contact dunks. Now for the stamina, go ahead and put this all the way up to a 90. Now we're all set to go when it comes down to the physicals. Now for the finishing, I decided to go with the 76 for my close shot. My driving layup, I went with the 79, and then an 86 for my driving dunk. Now for the standing dunk, 69, post control 61. That right there gives us a total of 20 badges. And look, we get Giant Slayer on gold, also get Pro Touch on Hall of Fame, Aerial Wizard on gold, then we get 3 silver badges out of tier 2, I like Fearless Finisher, then we also get Posterizer, Slithery, and then also gold Limitless Takeoff. Now when it comes down to the shooting, this is going to be another important area of this build. So for the mid-range shot, I'm going to go ahead and put this to an 81. When it comes down to the three-pointer, I'm going to go with an 85, and this right there is going to be perfect. 23 badges so far. Now for the free throw, I'm going to go with an 81. And as you can see right here, just for tier 1, we get a total of 6 Hall of Fame badges. Now for tier 2, we get 3 gold, but then we're also able to get Silver Agent 3. Now for tier 3, we get 3 silver badges. One of them is going to be Limitless Range. But I'm telling y'all, this is going to be the perfect setup for this build. Now when it comes down to the playmaking, the pass accuracy, I'm going to go ahead and put this all the way up to an 82. Now for the ball handle, I'm going to go with an 85, and then once it comes down to the speed with ball, I'm going to go with the 74 for another 21 badges. Now the main ones that I'm looking at are going to be Hall of Fame Ankle Breaker, also Gold Hyperdrive. From there, we're also able to get Gold Quick First Step. I like Killer Combos, Handles for Days, all of these are going to work hand in hand. Now let's go ahead and check out what we're going to be able to do on the defensive end. So for my interior defense, I'm going to go ahead and put this to a 61. Now when it comes down to the perimeter, go with the 79, and if you go anything higher than a 79, the build name is going to change, so leave it as is. Now with the steal, I'm going to go with an 85, and that right there gives us Silver Glove. When it comes down to the block, I'm going to go with the 75, and then when it comes down to the rebounding, for my defensive, I'm going to go with the 74, and then the rest of the attributes, you can put this into any area of the build. So I'm going to go with the 69 when it comes down to my offensive, and right there we get another 21 badges. So for tier 1, I like the fact that we get Box Out Beast, also get Menace, and then tier 2, Chase Down Artist, Glove Interceptor, and then for tier 3 we get Anchor, Clamps, Rebound Chaser, and Challenger. Now this is what the build is going to be looking like overall. In total, we get 85 badges, and I'm telling y'all, if you do decide to grind this build out completely, you can even go ahead and make your own adjustments to make it more like your own playstyle. But I feel like anytime that I bring out a build, you need to go ahead and make the adjustments that are going to fit your own playstyle as well as to your own liking. Now, I think this is going to be one of the best rare point guard builds. Now, with the takeovers, we get the slashing, also going to be able to get the shot creating, sharpshooting, and then to wrap it up, we get the playmaking. So there's a few different ways that you can go about this build. You have the potential to get a 99 plus ball handle, as well as your driving dunk, mid-range, and then the three-pointer. Now, the way that you're going to be able to do this is, look, 2 different takeovers that we're able to pick from. That's going to be a plus 10 towards 2 different areas if you do decide to pick 2 separate takeovers. Now, if you run with a teammate that does have on floor general, you'll be able to get a plus 4, and if you buy your own boost, that's another plus 4. So plus 18 in total. So when it comes down to the mid-range shot, if you do go with the shot creating or the sharpshooting, both of these stats will be a 99. Now, same thing is going to come down when you apply it to the driving dunk. But the first takeover that I'm going to go with is first going to be limitless range. Easily the best shooting takeover in all of 2K. Now for this second one, it really comes down to how you want to go about the making of this build. If you rather go with a 99 plus finishing over your playmaking, that's definitely one option that I would consider. Now, just to get the best animations for the slashing, I'm going to go with finishing moves. Let's go ahead and check out the build to make sure that we made it correctly together. Now, as y'all can see, we get Penny Hardaway comparisons, LaMelo Ball with Luka Doncic. And as y'all can see, we have created the balanced offensive point. Now, if you mess with this build, I would highly appreciate it if everybody went ahead and let me know in the comments. Drop a like, that is definitely going to help me out. But again, if you made it this far into the video, I appreciate you, and be sure to go ahead and comment down TG so I know who the real ones are still watching. But from here, let's go ahead and check out what this build is actually going to be able to do once we max it out. So remember, I did say you have the potential to get a 99 plus ball handle. You could either apply that to the 3-point or the mid-range, as well as your driving dunk. Today, I decided to go with the 3-pointer and the driving dunk. But overall, I think even on the defensive end, this is going to be one of the best builds, especially because of that steal. Now, when it comes down to the finishing for Tier 1, the main badges that I feel like we should put on are first going to be Gold Giant Slayer, as well as Hall of Fame Pro Touch. Now, for Tier 2, I'm going to go ahead and put on first Fearless Finisher on Silver, then Bronze Fast Twitch. Now, for Tier 3, I like Silver Posterizer, Gold Core Limitless Takeoff, and this is going to be the setup for the finishing. Now, if you want to go about the badge setup differently, you definitely can do so, but remember, this should always be based off your own playstyle and preference. Now for the shooting, the Tier 1 badges are super important, as you can see. So I went with Amped on Gold, Hall of Fame MIDI Magician, Space Creator, and Volume Shooter. Now for Tier 2, I went with Silver Agent 3, as well as Green Machine. Then for Tier 3, I went ahead and put on Silver Core Limitless Range. Now when it comes down to the playmaking, the badges for Tier 1 that I feel like are going to be best, I'm telling y'all, Ankle Breaker on Hall of Fame is definitely back and better than we've seen it in previous years. I'm telling y'all, the animations that I get out of this are just as good, if not even better, than the shot creating Ankle Breaking Shots Takeover. Now for the second badge that I feel like everyone needs to put on, Gold Hyperdrive, and then moving on to Tier 2, I went with Bronze Bailout, as well as Bronze Gold Quick First Step. Now for Tier 3, Core Silver Killer Combos, and then Silver Handles for Days. Now, if you want to change the setup for the playmaking, you definitely can do so, but I think out of Tier 3, we definitely picked the most important badges. Now, going to the defensive end, I went with Silver Box Out Beast for Tier 1. For Tier 2, Chase Down Artist on Gold, and then Silver Glove. And then to wrap it up with Tier 3, the main badges that I feel like everybody needs to put on, Bronze Rebound Chaser, Anchor, and then Silver Court Challenger. Now, this is pretty much what we're going to be looking like for the badges. If you want to make any changes and adjustments, you definitely can do so now. But remember, you get 4 extra badges from becoming a starter in my career. Also, 1 extra badge from each season. So, man, I just want to say thank you so much for everybody who made it this far into the video. Thank you, God, for another day and another opportunity. And, man, with all that being said, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, and turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. I would appreciate it if everybody went ahead and smashed that like button. Comment down TG for thank God, as well as where you're tuning in from watching today. And I most definitely got y'all with the response. But with all that being said, man, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.